Located in the historic Kuskokwim Gold Belt of western Alaska, Donlin Gold is an undeveloped gold resource estimated at 33 million ounces of gold. The deposit is located in the Yukon-Kuskokwim region on lands owned by two Alaska Native corporations, Calista Corporation and the Kuskokwim Corporation. Currently, the proposed project site is accessible by air. The nearest village, Crooked Creek, is located about 10 miles away, and Alaska's largest city, Anchorage, is about 280 miles away. Since 1996, Donlin Gold has been conducting exploration, environmental, and engineering studies to assess the feasibility of developing a mining project. These studies have documented the baseline environment to help design the project and to support project permitting. Environmental studies have included water quality, air quality, wildlife, aquatic, habitat, river use, subsistence use, socioeconomics, baseline mercury, wetlands, and cultural surveys. Information and data collected from these studies are being used in the design and planning of the mining project in order to meet environmental standards and best practices during development, operation, and closure. Throughout exploration and feasibility studies, Donlin Gold has shown its commitment to the communities of the Yukon-Kuskokwim region by regularly updating residents on activities and future plans. Donlin Gold has been sharing project information with residents through village visits, monthly newsletters, a website, opening regional village offices, project description booklets and summary sheets, phone, mail, and email, while hearing and taking into consideration their concerns and input on proposed plans. In order to develop the Donlin project, over 100 permits would need to be approved by federal, state, and local agencies, a process that is expected to take at least 3 years, if not longer. State and federal agencies will provide opportunities to formally submit comments on the proposed project during the permitting process. Environmental baseline studies will continue at the Donlin site throughout permitting. If all permits are approved, Donlin anticipates that it will take 3 to 4 years to construct the proposed facilities. Key infrastructure would include water storage dams, water diversion structures, a tailing storage dam, process mill, power plant, water and wastewater treatment plants, fuel storage facilities, natural gas pipeline, access roads, airstrip, a camp for staff, and port sites. Up to 3,000 jobs could be provided during construction of the mine. With a local hire record exceeding 90% at times, Donlin Gold has demonstrated a commitment to employing as many qualified local residents from the Yukon-Kuskokwim region as possible to fill positions. Because of the project's remote location, special consideration has been given to transporting the supplies and goods needed to build and operate a mine. Most supplies, including diesel fuel for vehicles, will be transported on barges during the summer months. Ocean barges carrying Donlin cargo will be unloaded at a port site at or near Bethel, and cargo would either be temporarily stored or transferred to shallow draft river barges. The river barges would transport supplies up the Kuskokwim River to a proposed Ungyahuk port site located about 8 miles downstream from Crooked Creek. From there, supplies would be loaded onto trucks and hauled to the proposed mine site on a private 30-mile access road. Employees and some supplies would be transported to Donlin by aircraft. Although an airstrip currently exists at the project site, a longer one will be constructed several miles away from the mine site, as the existing one will become part of the pit area. Donlin is proposing a buried natural gas pipeline to supply gas for on-site power generation. This will help reduce the amount of barge traffic on the Kuskokwim River. A 312-mile-long, 14-inch diameter buried steel pipeline would be constructed from the Cook Inlet region to the proposed mine site. Although the pipeline would be buried, some surface infrastructure would be necessary, including check valves and other various facilities to accommodate monitoring and maintenance. All temporary roads would be reclaimed as construction of the pipeline is completed. The proposed Donlin gold mine would be an open-pit surface mine. In order to extract the gold from the mined ore, the mine would include a state-of-the-art mill facility. Approximately 59,000 tons of ore would be processed through the mill daily with an estimated mine life of over 27 years. During operations, up to 1,400 jobs could be provided. Some of these positions will be seasonal, such as barge and port-related jobs. Donlin is committed to hiring qualified residents from the region for these jobs and will provide a rotational work schedule to allow time off for other activities, including subsistence. Information will be available to residents to help them acquire the necessary training and education for the various jobs that would be offered if the project is developed. The gold at the Donlin site is microscopic and embedded in the rock. Modern techniques will be used to extract the gold from the rock. Blasting in the open pit would break up the rock, which would be scooped up by large electric shovels and put into 400-ton trucks that would transport the rock to a crusher. From there, stockpiled ore would then be transferred to grinding mills where the rock is ground into a fine powder form. The material would be put in a series of flotation tanks where the gold-bearing sulfide minerals are separated from the non-gold-bearing minerals. This concentrate would be processed in an autoclave to oxidize or prepare the ore for gold recovery. The oxidized material would be mixed with a cyanide solution to dissolve the gold. This solution is transferred to mixing tanks where the dissolved gold attaches to carbon for recovery. The carbon is then collected on a screen. After the carbon is removed, the barren tailings are transferred to a detoxification plant. Using a process called electrowinning, the gold is extracted from the carbon and is then heated in furnaces and poured into gold doré bars. Throughout the mining and gold extraction process, procedures would be used to minimize environmental impacts from project activities. The rock at Donlin Gold has natural occurring mercury that would be captured in multiple stages throughout the milling process using state-of-the-art emissions controls. Rock that is not processed would be hauled and stored in a waste rock facility. Any rock that has the potential to generate acid rock drainage will be specially handled and stored in designated areas of the waste rock facility or backfilled in the pit. A water quality monitoring program will be required as a condition of the project permits. A tailings storage facility dam with a synthetic liner would be used to store tailings left over from the gold extraction process. This dam would be engineered and constructed to withstand natural events such as earthquakes and storms. The Donlin project would operate in accordance with the International Cyanide Management Code, pertaining to the production, transport, storage, and use of cyanide, and the decommissioning of cyanide facilities. Dry sodium cyanide briquettes would be shipped to Donlin in sealed steel tanks and dissolved inside these tanks into a weak pH-controlled solution for use in the mill. Once the gold is removed, the cyanide solution would be detoxified to reduce its concentration before being transferred to the tailings storage facility. Any trace amounts of cyanide solution remaining in the tailings storage facility would then disintegrate further under natural conditions. After the mine is closed, monitoring would be conducted. To ensure that the land is returned to stable condition, a reclamation and closure plan is required by law and submitted to the permitting agencies before the project is approved for development. Donlin would also have to provide financial assurance that is independently verified to guarantee reclamation is carried out. Reclamation involves recontouring the land and covering it with vegetation where needed. Once operations are complete, buildings and equipment will be taken apart and removed. The project has been designed to allow the open pit to naturally fill with water, becoming a lake over a period of many years. The tailings storage facility will be dried by pumping excess water to the pit lake. The dried tailings area will be covered with rock, growth media, and be revegetated. After the pit fills with water, the water will be treated and discharged to meet permitted water quality standards. The waste rock facility and other disturbed areas will be reclaimed as well. All proposed closure and reclamation plans will be reviewed and considered for approval by the regulatory agencies before the project can be constructed. The Donlin Gold Project provides many benefits to the Yukon-Kuskokwim region and Alaska. From creating local jobs and economic opportunities to providing educational scholarships and community investment. Donlin employees live by the motto, every person going home safe and healthy every day. And their dedication to workplace safety is shown in the awards Donlin has received for accomplishing accident-free work hours. Through careful studying, planning, communication, and participation with local communities, Donlin Gold is proposing a project that can bring economic opportunity to the Yukon-Kuskokwim region with a socially and environmentally responsible operation. To learn more about the Donlin Gold Project, please visit us online at www.donlingold.com. You may also call toll-free 1-888-225-7590 to request more information, ask questions, or provide feedback.